Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. And on the screen today, you're going to be watching some Black Ops 4 gameplay because I'm not authorized to post Modern Warfare gameplay, I don't think, because I'm not an Activision VIP. But this article that we have today is courtesy of Charlie Intel, as always. And it says, Infinity Ward reiterates crossplay works between all platforms in Modern Warfare and that there's no season pass. As from their initial announcement of Modern Warfare back in May, Infinity Ward has once again reiterated that the title will feature crossplay as a way to unify the console and PC players in Call of Duty. Infinity Ward studio head Patrick Kelly said during our time that they want to unify players and ensure that all players are together with Modern Warfare. The first way to achieve that is, of course, through crossplay. Crossplay works between PS4, Xbox One, and PC. As with the PS4 deal, Infinity Ward only allowed capture with either PS4 or PC during our event. We were able to play against PC players in our lobbies while on the PS4. The next step in unifying players is the removal of the traditional season pass. Many fans worried what, quote, traditional, quote, season pass meant for Infinity Ward and Activision. During the event, Patrick Kelly once again only mentioned that there will be no season pass and that this will allow them to bring more players together to play the game for replayability. Kelly said that we heard you on the feedback regarding splitting up the player base, and this year's game will allow them to keep all players on the same field in terms of maps and content. Having both crossplay and no season pass is a big step for Activision, as the company has been hesitant to remove the season pass or change up their model, as the franchise has been stuck with some older business models and styles. The studio did not discuss any details on potential microtransaction systems in Modern Warfare, so the information for that will most likely come closer to the game's launch. So we're kind of going to take this in two directions. First one being about the whole crossplay thing. In terms of the whole crossplay thing, I do think that it's good because, we all see those memes of, when you and your friend both play the same game, but it's on a different console. And, one of your friends could have bought an Xbox back in the day, and then you bought a PS4, or, he bought an Xbox One and you bought a PS4. And, you recently came into contact with this friend, or you recently made a new friend, and now it's too late. Nobody wants to buy a whole another console or anything like that. Nobody wants to put out the money or output the money to buy a whole another console and stuff like that. So you're kind of stuck, and it's like, wow, I want to play with my friend, whatever, but he's on Xbox and I'm on PS4. So I do think that the whole crossplay thing is a good thing. And then obviously before, like I said, it's good for keeping larger amounts of players together, right? Because now if the game is dead on Xbox and you're on Xbox, you can also play with, and if the game's booming on PS4, you can also play with PS4 people, right? And I know Call of Duty isn't that popular on PC in terms of like player volume, right? I know players and people do buy it for PC, don't get me wrong. It's just that it was never that popular, right? Back on the previous generation, Xbox 360 and PS3, I want to say that Xbox I want to say Xbox had more people. That's just how I feel about the situation. And then now I'm pretty sure a lot of people switched over to PS4. I know a majority of my friends, including myself, I switched over to PS4. And PC was always kind of, PC always kind of came in last place in terms of, like I said, player volume and the amount of people that were playing the game. I've seen Reddit threads when, they say that there's only 3,000 people online or 10,000 people online. Whereas with PS4, it's, 40,000 or 50,000. That's for a dead game, right? Back when Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1 was, when it's prime, I remember seeing 500,000, 600,000. A lot of people used to be online. You would never get those kinds of numbers on PC. So it works both ways. It's good for, not even both ways, it's good for everybody. Because, once again, you're going to have, the game's never going to be dead. So you're going to have, ungodly amount of people to play with. You're never going to be searching for a lobby or anything like that. You're never going to have to back out of a game mode. If you want to play hardcore domination, I guarantee you there's going to be a lobby for hardcore domination. The only thing that's going to be kind of sketchy is if you're on a controller and you're playing against people that have keyboard and mouse, because obviously if you play with keyboard and mouse before, then you know that keyboard and mouse is very much superior in terms of aiming and in terms of the amount of control you have. You just can't get that, you can't get that finesse that you do with a mouse with a controller. The controllers just don't allow it, right? So I would hope that if you have one of those like adapters to play with your keyboard and mouse on PS4, then you get paired up with people that are playing with keyboard and mouse on PC. But on the other hand, if you want to play on PC and have better graphics and higher frame rates and all that kind of stuff, but plug in your controller, I feel like that might be a viable thing that a lot of people might do, right? Because then I'm not sure how much of an advantage it would like play in, or like how much of an advantage it would give. But I would think that if there's like a field of view slider or something like that, they might have to like limit that, because then if you're playing on PC with a controller plugged in, you could put your field of view all the way like zoomed out, and then obviously you'll be able to see more on the screen. You might be able to see some people from farther away, or like from your left and right, that won't be in your line of sight if you're playing on PS4 or Xbox, right? So I feel like that if you have a controller plugged in, there might have to be some like stipulations as to like, okay, you have a controller plugged in, so you can only have access to the options that console does. But if you have a keyboard and mouse and you're playing against other keyboard and mouse people, then you have your full range, your field of view, your anti-aliasing, all that stuff. So next kind of thing here that I wanted to talk about in terms of the article is obviously the season pass. I do think that not having a season pass is going to be good, because obviously the season pass was it hasn't been good for the past couple years, with like I'm pretty sure Infinite Warfare and World War II and Black Ops 4, all that kind of stuff. So season pass is just it's old news, it's dinosaur technology, all that kind of stuff. So like nobody's really with the season pass thing anymore. Now it's just free content, and then there's microtransaction systems like in Fortnite, like in Apex, like in I'm pretty sure Rainbow still has a season pass, but Rainbow's kind of in a league, not a league, but like in a class of its own. But everybody's going the free DLC route, so it's good to see Activision finally adopting it and saying, okay, the people and the players have been calling out for this, so we're finally gonna actually do something here and kind of give it to them, and like I guess not help them out, but we're finally gonna listen to them, right? Because then once again, you're not splitting up the player base. Everybody's gonna get free maps and whatever. If you want to buy microtransactions, if you want to buy supply drops, that's up to you. But at the end of the day, everybody's gonna have the maps, because then you don't get the thing of, okay, well, this pool of players has the maps, this pool of players don't, so they can't play together, because then not everybody has the maps, and you don't get all that confusion or anything like that. So you get crossplay where everybody's being included, you get free DLC where everybody's being included. So we're slowly making steps in the right direction. I just hope that the microtransactions aren't going to be killer and stuff like that, and gonna like fuck up the whole game. But you never know with Activision, with the shareholders, and everything like that. We just have to take everything right now with a grain of salt, and then just go with the flow, play the game, see how it plays out, and then we'll go from there. But I do like these two changes. I do see them as very positive. Just like I said, all depends on the support of the game, and we will see how that works and how that happens and how it plays out once the game drops. But yeah, that's pretty much it. As always, thank you for taking the time every day to watch my videos. Very much appreciated. All relevant links will be in the description. Yeah, so thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you next one.